Okay, I've got the update on Marin County homes for those condos and townhouses specifically. I'll break down January's market stats with all the juicy details. What's the biggest change? It might actually surprise you. So let's get to it. I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, and I love to help people just like you buy or sell any home in Marin County. Book a free video consultation by hitting the link in the description below, or if that doesn't work for you, just email me. If you want to see a list of exactly which Marin homes sold last month, complete with how they stack up from the highest price over list to the lowest price under list, information you won't see anywhere else, scan the QR code or check the link below. Oh, and by the way, I have a bunch more links with freebies in the description below, so check them out. Okay, this video is about only condos and townhouses, and the stats are different than my video on all of Marin County homes or the one that's just single family homes. All right, on to the charts. All right, with inventory, we are like all of Marin and single family homes in that inventory went up. That's the for sale ones, which are the light green bars, increased 20% from December to January. Happens every year though. But when you do compare January to last year's January, it's still up 7.1%. So it seems like inventory is still coming back on the market. For condos as well, this is 7.12. I see these numbers are the same, so somebody made an error there. So we'll move on, and you can also see the dark green bars are the ones that sold, less sold month over month, not unusual, but still even fewer homes sold this January compared to last January. Jeez, it's hard for me to figure that out. And then negative 4.5% for the more statistically relevant quarter number. And here we are with days on market. That is represented on these orange bars. You can see that days on market went from 52 days to 68 days, and that's represented right here with this plus 30.8%, meaning that is shifting a little bit more from a seller's market to a buyer market, although sellers have been doing great. Anyway, that number, when you compare it to last year, is down 2.9%. So seemingly sellers haven't lost much in their negotiating power here. But the quarterly number is still up 15.1%. So that's interesting. But again, there's so few condos and townhouses that sell in Marin every year that you really you really should be looking at the quarterly number. And here are those prices. Looking at the median sold price, that was up 0.9% from month to month. You can see it right here. It's this tiny little amount. When you compare it to last year, though, it's down 19.6%. So that's interesting. And the quarterly number is also down 10.7%. So that's kind of surprising, right? We're seeing some significant weakening across the median prices. Now, I got to say, though, for the prices of condos and townhouses, they are not as different. You know, they're not so far apart from the high end to the low end as homes in Marin are. And so it's like debatable if the average might be a better mathematical statistic when the numbers are fairly close together. So let's see how the average sold price went. So we're seeing the average sold price as up 4.7% from December to January, and up 0.5% when you compare it to last year at the same time, but down 0.2% when you look at the quarterly more significant number. So you know what? That kind of like hits me as being more likely, or like more what I'm seeing out there. I'm not seeing this gigantic down 10%. It looks to me to be more like this. So I would have to say that when we look at these condos and townhouses, it's probably just a better idea for us to focus on the average number down here, which is the red line up here, which is different than the single family homes, because then I'm mostly starting to focus on the median number as being more useful when the variability from low price to high price is so wide. And here is the price per square foot, just to have another indication. Wow, that's quite a jump, right? And we see that the average square foot price from December to January is up 8.9%. That's what we just saw. And when you compare it to this time last year, it's up 11.2%. And when you compare it for the quarter, more statistically relevant, up 4.2%. All right. And now we have my favorite chart because this is the median property value. So it's the most statistically relevant because every house is assigned a value and the values have changed by the homes that are nearby that actually sold. But it's not just a few that sold, it's all the homes. And what we see is a 12-month change is down negative 1.8%. So this is not down as much as all of Marin or single family homes. And so you gotta think that condos and townhouses are hanging in there just a little better than the single family homes are at this point. And what does that look like over this period of time here? Remember, this goes back to 2008. So this is a long chart. What a mess during the Great Recession, right? And what we could see, like just these last couple of years, kind of hard, but it does look like even this negative 1.8, so small, might actually be dipping below some of the prior lows we had, which would suggest we might be setting up a new trend. But to know that for sure, we'd have to drop below this low. And frankly, these condos and townhouses just don't seem to move that much. This is one of the main arguments that people have for why you might want to buy a single family home, because the trajectory over time is kind of much more along the lines of a steady increase than we see in this marketplace. And you know what? We're going to have a lot of new housing in Marin in this next 10-year period because of meeting the state mandates for more affordable housing and just more housing in general. And a lot of that is going to take the form of multi-housing projects. So some of our stuff in Marin may actually come under some pressure in price because they'll be competing with brand new projects. Anyway, that's not going to happen for a while. And if you're a buyer, you got to keep living your life. So just do your best to find what will work for you now. If you missed my video with the 2025 predictions, complete with some super interesting charts that I bet you haven't seen, head over to my YouTube channel to see it. Also, if you'd like more information about living in Marin County or some information about all the recent real estate changes, check out the videos, which should be showing right now. Thank you for watching. Oh, and wait a minute, subscribe, please. It helps. And have a great day.